I'm your host, Whitney Ward. I am here to bring knowledge and community. I believe that women are the most powerful entity on this planet. We are here to connect and bring life into this world. So let's rise up, come into our power, heal, and be whole. Anything and everything, let's talk about it. Welcome to Whitney's World Podcast. 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go! Hello. I am your host, Whitney Ward. I am so excited to be here with all of you. Thank you to everyone who is taking time out of their day to listen to my very first podcast. I am so excited. I've been talking about this for quite some time now, and we are finally recording. So I am just absolutely ecstatic. This has been something I've been talking about for at least 4 months now um like very seriously. I've been talking about this, working on things, and I'm finally doing it. Not going to be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. There are just people to connect with, and I have a message to share. I've been through a lot. I'm going to be 30 in literally like 15 days. So I have, done the 20s, done the thing, and I am ready to walk into my 30s. It is something that I'm super excited about. I feel like I have so much knowledge from my 20s. I did some crazy things. I went to some crazy parties. I had a great time and met some amazing people along the way. And as I walk into my 30s, everything's changed. So the message for my very first podcast, this is very close to my heart, and I really want to share it with you. So the message is, if you don't like where you're at, move. You're not a tree. That really resonates with me on a deep level because recently, just a little bit over a year ago, I left Colorado and uprooted my life, and I moved to Florida. I'm from Florida, so it's been a long time coming. I was in Colorado for 20 years. I'm also a real estate entrepreneur. I'm a realtor, and I left the Colorado real estate lifestyle to restart my real estate career in Florida. And it was something that was really scary. A lot of people were like, I can't believe you're restarting, but I had to do it. It was that time of my life, no kids, single. It was time to get out there, to restart, because if I didn't do it then, I was really going to get stuck. And as much as I love Colorado, I needed to restart. I needed a new path. I needed to walk down. It has brought so many opportunities. It's been absolutely incredible. My family, except for my older brother, we are all here in Florida, and it is something very special to be all together. My parents are 30 minutes, and my younger siblings are just about an hour away. So, it's really special to see each other often for all the holidays, to have random sleepovers, and it means the world to me. So I'm really thankful that I had the opportunity to move, to try it again. And that is why I'm here. I feel like we live in this society that just makes us stuck. We live in this society that tells us that change is scary, that we shouldn't do it. We have all this fear, what if, what if, what if? And of course, the what ifs are scary, but the what ifs don't matter. And what matters is that we are constantly moving, we are constantly changing, we are constantly evolving, and opening our heart to make sure that we are being led to do the things that we need to do. So I'm super excited. I feel like this is a stage of my life where I have this message to share, and I am so looking forward to connecting with new people. Being in real estate for all these years, I meet a lot of realtors, which I do love my realtors. I love my real estate family. We are a special breed of people. We work hard, and, we put everything on the line to make sure that we do everything we can for our clients. And to serve them to the best of our abilities. So, I love my real estate family, but I feel like I need to open my channel, I guess you could say, and meet more people, because the real estate industry, it's just kind of the same thing. And I want to meet new people. I want to meet people that are in different walks of life, do different things, and I can learn so much from these people. And the podcast world is something that's really growing. It's something that is, changing. It's becoming, a thing. I mean, I literally listen to so many podcasts. It's insane. I really don't listen to a ton of music anymore. Even when I'm at the gym, I just listen to podcasts because I feel like podcasting is a way that you can get so much information into your mind. Aside from just listening to Audible books, listening to people conversate and have conversation and, just talk about things they're researching, talk about the life they've gone through, what they've learned. I think it's just so amazing. So I do plan on very soon bringing in people that are going to bring their knowledge and help us kind of teach, connect. That is my big thing. I've always felt like I have been a networker and someone that can connect people. So that is what I feel like I'm really supposed to do is open up this podcast, this channel, so we can bring more knowledge, get some truth into here, and really create a community where we can rely on each other and just learn from each other. Knowledge is power, and the minute that we stop learning, the minute that we stop you know, opening our hearts and minds to things, that's when we stop. We let everything else get in the way. We let, the motions of life take away from what we're really supposed to be learning. So I love this podcast world. I'm so excited to see what God has in store for me and what is to come. I think there's going to be amazing things. So I just want to give you a little bit of background about me. And like I said, I relocated my life and my two little dogs. I have two amazing golden doodles. They're tiny. And I decided for us that it was time that we moved back to Florida. I have best friends here. They all have children. So it just really felt like the right thing for me to do, even though, I've been selling real estate since 2016. It is 2023. And I spent 5 years, building my book of business, taking care of my clients, connecting with my realtor community, and really building something special that takes so much time to grow. But like I said, it was time to leave, and I had, obviously I was afraid, but it's just one of those things. Like I said, if I didn't do it now, I wasn't going to do it, and I was going to get stuck, and we just can't get stuck. We need to have fresh starts. We need to make new friends. We need to prove to ourselves that we can do hard things, and restarting a life is very hard, but on the other side, it's amazing. Florida, if you've never visited Florida, you really need to. It is such a beautiful place. Right now it is spring and it is not too hot, but it's been a little hot. Yesterday we got hail. Me and my friend Alex, who is a realtor here, shout out to her. We were on our way to go meet a client. We were going to just kind of sit down with her, talk to her about the process. Alex is also a lender. So we were going to tag team and go meet this client. And literally we're in the car and we got hit with this insane hailstorm. Being from Colorado, I'm used to hail. So that's like, that's normal for me. But in Florida, people are like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We haven't seen this in, 35 years. I saw some lady post on Facebook. She's never seen hail in Florida for 35 years. So that's super crazy. But we're in the car on our way. And we get hit with this freaking hailstorm. It was absolutely insane. It was so loud. I actually covered my ears because it was so loud and scary. And I just kept thinking, I really hope that her sunroof doesn't crack open and we get bombarded by rain and her car floods. That would be absolutely horrible. So anyway, I say all that to say that we in Florida, it's just amazing here. I mean, besides the hailstorm, it's been we have literally sunny weather every day. I think I've lived here for just over a year now. I think I've maybe worn jeans. I'm not even kidding, like 6 times. It's beautiful. I have friends that have houses over on the river and the canal. And, you just get to look out there and see dolphins and see fish and see all this amazing wildlife. And it's just been such a blessing, such a a breath of fresh air to move and just be in a different atmosphere, a different place. Like I said, I've met amazing friends. I'm really thankful for the real estate community and the team I'm on here because I've been extremely blessed. And like I said, I'm all about connecting. So it's really important to me that I get out there, meet people, and, um, continue to connect because I think that's what's really important. I think too, we feel sometimes like we shouldn't move, we shouldn't do these things because again, we let our minds take over and have all this what if and what if. But like when you feel something, when you feel like your higher self or God, or the universe, whatever that is for you, is telling you to do something, it's really important that you follow that. You follow your intuition. Our intuition is here to guide us through this life. And if there's anyone in this, um, during this podcast, that you're kind of feeling like a shift and a change should happen, and you want to jump, and you want to make that next step, and you want to move, and you want to restart, and you want a breath of fresh air, I'm literally telling you, like, God will bless you. Whatever you think would be bad, it's not going to happen. I mean, if you put yourself out there and you really take that leap of faith and you jump, um when you first start falling, it seems scary, but then you realize like this is exactly what I was meant to do. And then when you do it, you're like, wow, what if I wouldn't have done that? Like if I was still in Colorado right now, as much as I miss all my Colorado peeps, I just couldn't imagine where my life would be. I would have no family out there. Friends do mean the world to me, but there is something so special about family and being close. So, to anyone listening, if you have family and you really want to be by them, like just do it. You have to do it. You have to jump. Don't let, any fear get in the way. Fear is such a hindrance, and it's something that just like isn't real. Like I realize like being afraid is not real. Like it's okay. You can move, you can go somewhere, you can go anywhere your heart desires, even if you want to leave the United States, go out there. I'm going to Greece tomorrow morning. I'm so excited. I have only been to Mexico, so I'm really excited to go to Greece. This is going to be my first um, big trip. I'm going by myself. I'm meeting 10 amazing women, and we're going to stay in this luxury villa, actually, with a podcaster that I've been listening to. She's a manifestation coach, and I'm super excited. I was listening back in December, I was listening to her podcast, and she had said, hey, there's a few spots left on the Greece trip if you want to come. And so I ended up looking up online, and lo and behold, it was literally a few weeks before I um, turned 30, and I was like, that's what I'm doing. So I literally signed up right then and there. And I've been waiting months and months for this trip, and it's finally here. I leave in the morning. I'm all packed. I got all my stuff. And I'm so excited to go to Greece. I'm so excited to meet some amazing women, some people that, that we're from all over the world. So I'm excited to see where people are from. And hopefully, I'm sure we'll become great friends, and, I'll be able to travel more places and go see more things. My mind's really been expanded since I moved. I've been, like I said, listening to a lot of podcasts, and just realizing, I've always thought so many things, and my mind was so small. And I'm so thankful for, just this podcast journey, because I feel like people open their channels and we put ourselves out there, knowing that we're going to connect, but we don't know how many people or, what's going to happen. But I'm just so thankful that this whole podcast thing has come about, because I'm telling you, my mind has been blown by the amount of people that have started this journey, and, just really want to reach people and really want people to know, what they've dedicated their lives to research and study. And, you can listen to a 2-hour podcast and just your mind is just like expanded so much. It's just such a beautiful thing. So anyway, you know, without this podcast life, I wouldn't be going to Greece. Without Kristen is her name, without her having a podcast, I wouldn't know so much about manifestation either. Like she's really the reason that I learned what manifestation is, and I'd been manifesting my whole life. We'll get into the nitty and gritty of my life and how I got into real estate, but I just always believed in myself. I always wanted something more. I wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to take trips when I say I didn't want to, work for someone else. And, I used to have to ask for time off and they would say, no, you can't. Or I could only take one trip a year because one, that was all I could afford. And two, because you couldn't take off work. So, I'm so thankful that Kristen, started a podcast because she taught me so much about manifesting and what that looks like and how you do it. And it's just, really believing in yourself and seeing something and just constantly thinking about that. And, I've manifested my whole way to Florida through all these years. It's funny because I actually used to tell the guys that I dated, it's not like I dated a lot of guys, but I used to tell them, by the way, I'm moving to Florida. So, if this works out with us, that's awesome. And I love that. But I just want to let you know, like, I'm not staying in Colorado forever. Like, I have to get out of here. I need to go when it's the right time. Like, I'm going to do that. So, I've literally manifested my entire way to Florida. And it's absolutely incredible. So this podcast is brought to you by yours truly, me, Whitney Ward. I'm a licensed realtor in Colorado and Florida. I would love the opportunity to connect with you if you're looking to buy or sell real estate. You live in another state? No problem. I pride myself on connecting with the best and top realtors around. DM me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. I'd love to help you with your real estate goals. Chat soon. Let's get back to the show. I just want to encourage anyone out there that you can't be afraid. You have to jump when you feel like you should jump. And if sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but continue to think about where you're going, to have that future in your eyes, to see that vision, and to know, like, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. I'm going to get there. I'm going to do I'm going to do this. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, and it's all going to work out. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know I am starting, to I'm going to come out with my story. This is also what it's about is, sharing my story, sharing the things that I've learned, the things I've gone through. I've had really high highs and I've definitely had the low of lows, and it's made me a stronger person. It's made me, the woman that I am. It's made me, be able to relate with so many more people, the experiences that we go through and the things that, we have to see, and, the life as it just kind of passes by day after day. Like we're learning, we're getting so much information and knowledge. And it's just such a beautiful thing to be able to stand back and be like, what doesn't kill you really does make you stronger. And, we all have these experiences in our life that we should be sharing and we should be, bringing to the light because, there are people dealing with things. And sometimes you feel alone, but like, it's so funny, you sit here and you talk to someone and you're like, yeah, this is my experience. And how many times you're like, oh my gosh, I've gone through the same thing. It always feels so good to meet someone that's gone through something similar and to know that we aren't alone. We are in this together, and there's always people that are around us that need to hear your message, that need to hear the truth because there is a lot of craziness out there. And it is important to center yourself, to find yourself, and to know that we're not alone in this, and we do need to be there for each other and open up and let people know that this is the life. We all are here together. We all can do this together, and we have to support each other and love each other. Don't let the outside noise take over. Don't let it tell you these lies that you can't go somewhere, that you can't if you want to move to Florida, or you want to go to Texas, or you want to quit your job and try something else, don't let your mind tell you that you can't do it. You can do it. You can rise above. You can. We all can. And we are all here on this journey together. And the more that we share with each other and we open up and we get vulnerable and we ask questions and we expand our knowledge, the better we evolve as a human species. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're not meant to stay stuck. We're not meant to stay somewhere and do the same thing day in, day out. Like, what a waste of life. We need to, you know, go after our dreams and prove not only to ourselves but other people that hard things can be done, dreams do come true, and magic can happen in our lives. So I'm really really thankful to be here. I'm really thankful to all my friends and my family who supported me through my journey, and you guys still are, so I'm so thankful for that. But me leaving Colorado definitely was not the easiest thing. I um, you know, definitely had to keep pushing forward, keep pressing through, because um, it was something that took all of my strength. And without the support of my friends and family, I don't know if I'd be here in Florida living this new life that is just so amazing and so beautiful. I get to see my best friends. I saw one of my best friends today, actually. She waxed me, so that was cool. And if you've never been waxed, the first time is the worst, but it does get better, I will say. But yeah, I get to see her, all the time. I watch her daughter. She, gets to sleep over at my house, and my other best friend does hair. So she lives in like the Bradenton, that's Sarasota. That's like the Sarasota area, but she's over there, and I get to see her very often. She does my hair now, so we try to see each other, every 8 weeks. But she was here last weekend and with her son, and we all got to hang out and go to the beach. And it's just so amazing because I only got to see my best friends, once or twice a year if they made it to me, and when I would make it to Florida. And so it's so special to be here with my besties and get to see them in person all the time. 3 hours is way better than 30 hours. So, without me taking that step and moving forward and realizing I'm not a tree, I can move anywhere, I can do anything. I am an entrepreneur. So if you're an entrepreneur out there and you feel like you have to build your book of business and you can never leave, that's not the truth. You can do anything you want. You can totally restart your life. It is not something that um, you have to stay stuck in forever and just live, this life, even when you want to go somewhere else. Traveling is not the only way. You can move, you can experience new things, you can go somewhere, be around your friends, go to your family. And if you don't like it, you can leave, because again, we're not trees. We can go anywhere at any time. And thank God with technology, um, there's so many opportunities for us to get our name out there. So if you are an entrepreneur and you're worried about, people not being able to find you, or, restarting, and what if I'm not successful? You're not going to be successful if you tell yourself you're not. If you tell yourself you're going to be successful, and you work every day and you just chip away day after day, it's going to happen. You're going to have a breakthrough. And I'm telling you, life is so much better on this side. Now I feel like I'm already ready to move again. Like, I'm not going to, so everyone calm down. Um, but I feel like I could move again. I feel like, I made these steps. I purchased realtor.com leads, and that's how I got my name out in Colorado, excuse me, Florida. And that's how I started selling real estate. My parents bought a house. Um, that helped me. I had a friend actually that followed me down, and she bought some investment properties. So that helped me. She connected me with one of her friends, and I closed the biggest deal of my life because of that connection. And she came with me. She's like, I want to buy a house in Florida. And, it was like God opened up those doors for me that I didn't even see possible. I took that leap of faith. I jumped, and God provided, people provided, friends came, they followed me, they believed in me, and everything worked out. So I'm just so thankful. I don't want anyone to feel like you're stuck, and You can't do, what you want, and you can't follow your dreams because you have to stay here because you have this job, or, you're building your business. Like I said, there's just so much opportunity out there for us. There's so many, ways to get your name out if you're an entrepreneur. And if you work for someone else and you really want to start a business, do that. Like literally start a business, start it, because you never know what's on the other side unless you actually do it. So, we live in, oh, we think about all the bad what ifs, all the bad things, but do you think about the good what ifs? Do you think about, you meeting clients that, will buy all of your projects? Or do you think about, the people that you'll run into when you're at a restaurant that will, open that the door will open for you for that connection. Like we're all here to connect. We're all here to come together and support each other. So think about, this is my challenge to you. If you're thinking about the bad what ifs, think about the good what ifs. If you want to do something and you have a thought in your mind that's telling you a bad what if, switch your mindset and think about, okay, well, what if if you're an artist and you paint this amazing thing, what if you start posting it on social media? What if you start making reels? What if people start buying it online? Like, you never know unless you put yourself out there. I mean, look at me. This is my first podcast. This is my first, you know, time I've ever come out to you guys and opened my channel and just sat here and literally talked to myself in a microphone, because I know that this is going to evolve, and I see the future, and I see the things that the podcast is going to do to help people and connect me to people that I never thought possible. And it is scary. It is scary to sit here and think about, what if people don't listen, and what if I can't get people to come on, and what about this? But what if I people do listen? What if I meet what if I reach 20,000 people in 2 weeks? What if I meet the man of my dreams from the podcasting, which I think is going to happen? So we'll see about that. But what if I, you know, connect with people that want to buy houses from my podcast? What if I don't know, come across someone that can teach me something new in business that I never would have known if I didn't start the podcast? I mean, I can sit here and think about all the negatives, but it's not worth it, because the positives really do outshine the negatives all the time. Like all the time they do. You just have to think positively. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you have something to share. You have something to show. You have something to give this world. And when we do that, and when we believe in ourselves, everything else works out. So, I just wanted to come on here for my very first. I wanted to thank you to everyone who has taken almost 30 minutes of your day to listen, to welcome me with open arms and with open ears, and hear what I have to say. This is the beginning of many. I'm super excited. I will be sharing my story. I'm going to talk about, eventually how I got into real estate. I used to be a dental assistant for pediatrics and orthodontics. So I'm going to tell you guys all about how I, decided to get into real estate and how that just happened. And it was, just amazing. And again, I just jumped. I wanted to do that. I wanted to follow that career. I knew that that's where I wanted to be. I always thought of myself, as showing houses and getting paid on HDTV like those people do, which I learned a lot of that's actually fake. So that's funny. But, I'd see that, and I always thought, like, that's what I want to do. And I made it happen. I made it a dream. I made more money than I ever thought I could. I have met the most amazing clients in my life, the most amazing people. And, I would have never met those people. I would have never had the financial freedom, the freedom in my schedule. I would have never been able to do that if I didn't jump into real estate, and then moving forward all these years later, I wouldn't be sitting here in Florida looking out at this beautiful sky and these amazing trees when it's snowing and freezing in Colorado. If I didn't jump, if I didn't believe in myself, if I didn't put myself out there, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be trying to share this message, because I feel like we need to hear people. We need to see that other people are successful. You know, we need that. So, I'm here to share with you guys. I'm here to open up, to open my heart, to see where this thing takes me. I'm super excited. I already have some friends that I've reached out to come on the podcast and, share with the knowledge that they've learned, along the way and along this journey. And I am so forever grateful. I can't wait to come back to tell you about Greece, to tell you about the experiences, and hopefully have some of those ladies on my podcast to share, their life experience and how they ended up in Greece, and connected to Kristen. I'm so excited for that. And then after Greece, I go to Colombia, with two of my realtor friends here that I love dearly, Diane and Alex. So I'm super excited to come back and share that journey with you. This is going to be an amazing thing. I'm super excited to connect with everyone, and I'm so thankful. So thank you for listening to my very first podcast. It means the absolute world to me. Please like it, follow me when you're listening. Please share it. Like, I know that's going to mean the world to me. I am so excited to just see what happens with this. So I will be back from Greece. I can't wait to share the experiences, and the healing that's going to come on this trip. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And it's kind of the end of my 20s and walking into my 30s, which I'm so excited about my 30s. Everyone says 30s are great, your 40s are where it's at, but here we are. My 20s are amazing. My 30s are going to be absolutely incredible. This is my time. This is my life. This is literally where the real story of Whitney Ward begins. And I'm so thankful. So thank you to everyone for listening. I can't wait to see you soon, to chat with you soon. And welcome to Whitney's World.